Hey guys, Danny here. I hope you're all doing well. Today I'm reviewing a pair of earbuds. These are the Liberty Air 2 Pro by Anker, and they were kind enough to send these out to me to review before they were even released, so I really appreciate that. As always, if you'd like to pick them up, you can find a link down below. Before we continue on and talk about this product, let's take a look at the unboxing experience because I know this will be important to many of you, especially if you're thinking of picking this up as a gift for someone, and I don't think you'll be disappointed with the packaging. It's pretty similar to the rest of the Liberty lineup and looks pretty professional, and as I say, if I bought this for someone for a gift, I would be pretty happy with giving this to them because it looks of a good quality. The packaging is really nice, and I'll also quickly show you what's included in the box. Each item is separated out and there's not a crazy amount of packaging that makes it feel over the top. I think they've got it just right, and you also of course get your user manual and a generous amount of ear tips, so you should be able to find a fit that suits you. And you also of course get your charging cable, which I'm very pleased to report is USB-C. Let's take a closer look at the product's design and finish. So if you watch my reviews, you'll know I'm generally a fan of a matte finish, which is what this product is going for. I think it looks clean, not too over the top, and if you get it right, like for example where they've used this glossy finish for the logos, it just looks professional, stands out. It's not a fingerprint magnet, but it has that really nice balance of low key but not being boring. I feel like a lot of products get this wrong. They either go for a very safe look, which can be boring, or they go for a glossy mess that just is a fingerprint magnet and it's not really my cup of tea. So of course your opinion is going to differ on this. This is very much a personal thing, but I personally really like the design. As you'll see, the earbuds follow a very similar design while changing just enough so they are different and interesting from the case. But I'm not generally a fan of these more elongated earbuds. They follow, of course, a more popular design like the AirPods that most people probably know of, and I don't mind this design, but I don't like it either. It sits somewhere in the middle for me, but this is definitely a more of a stylized choice because they offer several different types of earbuds. These are going to be for people that probably do like this design, so I'm not going to go too much into that, but they have a few downsides sometimes, like for example, because of their shape during exercise, they can move around a little bit more, and obviously they're a little bit less compact too. There are some more minor details I would change, however. I feel that the placement of the LEDs for the earbuds are a little bit strange, as when they're in the case they're harder to see. This isn't really a huge deal because you have your LED indicators on the case themselves, so you can see when they're charging and when they're not, but again it's just a very small detail. I think I also preferred the case design of the Liberty 2, not the Pro version. You can see my review for that and I'll put a link for it somewhere on the screen now. I was a little bit confused when I initially tried to pair these to my phone, as with most other earbuds you simply take them out of the case and they will go into pairing mode, and me being your typical tech man, I was like, I know what I'm doing, this is fine, I'll just take them out of the case, and then I couldn't figure out why they wouldn't connect. Well, of course, I then read the manual, which is what I should have done in the first place, and I realized that you're supposed to hold the button on the back while the earbuds are in the case and it will put them into pairing mode. So pretty straightforward when you know what you're doing.
So you can be sure of one thing with this product, and that's I'm quite literally putting it through its paces. So I've been running for about half an hour. I'm doing a 6-mile run, and so far I'm very impressed. The sound isolation seems to be very good for the music. I feel really immersed in the songs, so much so I may be shouting at the camera, so sorry if I am. The music's not playing right now, but they create such a good seal. You can't really hear how loud you're talking, so that's part of it. I haven't had a single connection drop either so far, so far so good. And I'll probably do something else like some jump rope to see how well they sit in my ears, but so far they haven't really moved around very much, so thumbs up.
Besides a few minor complaints when it comes to the touch controls, which I will be covering in just a second when I dive deeper into the features and settings of this product, my overall experience when using this when exercising was really good. I had a lot of fun testing these. Their sound isolation was great, even without the noise cancellation turned on. They create such a good seal in your ear. You feel very immersed in the music. The connection was also great. I didn't have any issues with the music dropping in or out, or just any connection problems in general, and the music quality was also very good, and I just felt like I was having a very good time listening to my favorite songs. I'm really interested to know if you guys share my opinion on the look of these earbuds, so please do leave a comment below and let me know what you think of them. By this point, some of you may be thinking, when is this guy going to talk about how this product actually sounds? I'm sorry to keep you waiting, but anyway, let's jump onto that now. So overall, I was really happy with how this product sounded in relation to how much they cost. I always say this, I'm not an audiophile and I'm not an expert, so when you're buying audio specific products, I would always get multiple opinions before you make a decision, but I was really happy with how these sounded. I feel like they had a really nice balance of how much bass they were able to produce in relation to not drowning out the rest of the detail in the music. So for example, I listen to a lot of old school rap, a lot of old school hip hop, and sometimes the problem you can have with some products is they put so much emphasis on the bass that they drown out the rest of the details in the song, but this sounded like it had a very nice balance. I noticed details that I didn't notice before when using previous products, which is often a good sign that these are a move forward in audio technology. Will these be better than very, very expensive other audio products? I can't really tell you, because these are kind of in the price range or on the higher end of products that I've tested, but overall I was really happy with them. But I don't want to go into too much detail on the audio, but I think for the general user and as someone who wants a slightly higher end product, you'll be happy with these. I also did several tests with using these for phone calls, using both normal cell phone signal and also WhatsApp's calling feature, and both of them I didn't really have any problems with. This is quite a hard test to do because this is so dependent on the service that you're using, the connection you have, but I had no issues to report here. The person said they could hear me perfectly fine and I was clear, and I had no issues hearing them either. I mentioned earlier an issue I was having with the touch controls. So both earbuds have touch sensitive sensors inside them, so you can tap or double tap either one to issue certain commands, and throughout my experience it just seemed kind of like there was a 50-50 chance that it would register my touch. Now this is something I would definitely recommend you check out some other reviews and see if people have the same issue as me, because this could just be a problem with my product, or hopefully something they can fix in a future update, as this product does support firmware updates, which I'll be showing you in the next section. So this was a little bit of a downer on my experience using this product, because there were a few times when I was running and exercising where it made it a little bit more difficult for me to keep tapping while I'm trying to exercise to change the song. So this is not a deal breaker for me, but it is enough that I think it could create an issue for some of you who will rely on this feature quite heavily. One strong point that comes along with the Liberty lineup is the supporting app, which allows you to go in, update the product's firmware, or even customize the touch buttons, which is something I haven't really seen in many other products. It's quite a simple thing, but goes a long way in setting yourself apart from your competitors, and everyone wants customization, especially when it comes to button presses. So I am hoping that the firmware could be updated to potentially fix some of the issues I was having with my touch controls, if this isn't something wrong with my product itself. However, I am a little bit disappointed to see something I mentioned in my previous reviews for some of their earlier versions of this product line haven't been changed. So for example, you only have two combinations of button presses, a double tap or hold for 2 seconds. There's no single tap, so I would like them to go a little bit further and allow you to have some more taps you can utilize, so you can use more commands at once. This is a small thing, but I think it does go a long way. You even have the ability to delve deeper into the product and give the equalizer custom settings, which is not something I did because I had no idea what I was doing. But for someone who has a little bit more experience and maybe you want to change the sound to suit you, this is a great feature to have. The Soundcore app also boasts the ability to use what they call Hear ID maps, which plays certain frequencies into each of your ears, and tests your ability to hear them. Now this is something I know definitely does work because one of my ears is damaged from when I was younger, and in one of my ears I could hear more of the frequencies than I could in my other ear. But even after doing this test, I couldn't say after it produced the custom sound profile that I noticed any difference. But again, maybe if I was someone who was more experienced with audio products, I would be able to notice the subtle differences, but I can't say I noticed any change myself. I also wanted to cover noise cancellation a little bit more in depth than I normally do because I was very impressed with it, particularly in this product. I've seen it in many others before, but often found it quite gimmicky. What I think really enables you to shed light on how well this works is your ability to toggle between the modes so easily using the app. You have 3 modes you can switch between: noise cancellation, transparency mode, and normal, and some of them also have sub-menus that you can change. I noticed quite a substantial change when changing between these settings. For example, there wasn't many locations I could test this as we're in lockdown at the moment in the UK, but I had the TV playing in the background, and with noise cancellation on, it almost completely removed the noise. I also tested with a dryer going in the background, which you can imagine is very noisy, and it almost completely removed that noise, so I was very impressed with that. And the transparency mode lets that noise through, and I also noticed quite a big impact when using that setting as well. What I noticed it doesn't work well for is obviously very loud sounds. They're always going to get through, but for more annoying background noises, it definitely made a difference, and I was very impressed with it. Before we wrap up this review, let's look at some of the charging options for this product. So wireless charging is supported, which I'm happy to report. This can sometimes be missing from a lot of products and is very popular nowadays, so I'm happy to report that it is supported. The case can of course be charged using a USB-C cable. I'm using my own here. The product also is capable of up to 26 hours of playtime when you utilize the charging case. I don't think you'll quite get that, but I think you'll get close. The earbuds are 7 hours. Again, I think you're probably realistically going to get maybe 6 to 6.5 hours there. And that brings us to the end of this review. My final thoughts on this product are generally very positive. I have no problems recommending it to you. Besides a few minor points that I've mentioned, I generally think this is a very good product, and I would recommend checking out some other reviews first, as always, before making a final decision on whether you'd like to pick this up or not. As always, you can find a link down below. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing for more videos like this one. And as always, I will see you in the next one.